Welcome to Just Curious Media. This is Let's Talk Movies, and I'm Jason Connell. On the show today, I'm joined by special guest, Sal Rodriguez.
Hi, Jason. How are you?
I'm pretty good, Sal. Good to see you. Good to have you back, my friend, on another episode of Let's Talk Movies.
Thank you. And you know what? I would call this a special episode, right?
This is a very special episode because this is a preview episode.
Wow.
We recorded this episode, Jaws franchise, Volume 1, covering everything under the sun that has to do with Jaws, the 1975 classic movie, Sal, that does not stop working. It's everywhere. Yep. There's merch coming out recently, collectibles, toys from a movie from the 70s. Yep. And it's about the original. It's not about the sequel. So this movie is the gold standard. It's one of the greatest movies of all time. And we killed it talking for over an hour about everything. But what happened, Sal? What happened in this epic episode?
Well, I think, you can brave the ocean, but you still got to brave the web. And we had some tech issues, right? Is that what happened?
We had some tech issues, and the video did not record. Now, our bread and butter is the audio version. So I was like, oh, well, we got our audio, and we're going to do a little preview because we talk about some visuals. We have some collectibles. There's some photos from some of the crew that we've met from Jaws and honored. So I want people to listen to the episode, but let's just show them what they can't see and they won't see because the original video is non-existent. Yeah. So just really, we're not redoing the episode. We're just going to hit the bullet points, the takeaways, and get out of here and let people listen to the entire thing.
I'd love to blame Elon Musk if we somehow could.
Whoa, hey, Elon. I don't know about that, but hey. So let's start with the posters, because we don't just talk about Jaws. We talk about Jaws 2. We talk about Jaws 3 in 3D, and we talk about Jaws The Revenge. So here we go. Here are some posters, because this is your chance to see them. You can see them online as well. There it is, the original, the image that still haunts everything and pops up on lots of things. Lunch pails, lunch boxes, shirts, posters. Boom, Jaws 2. Can't wait till we deep dive on this. Some of the original cast and crew comes back for the sequel. Roy Scheider saves the day again. And then it goes a bit rogue. Jaws 3 3D. It's the 80s, baby. I saw it in the theater with my glasses. I'm sure you did too, Sal.
Wait, Jason, you know what you might say? You know what you might say here?
What's that?
Jaws 3D jumped the shark.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, my God.
Well, this one jumped the shark for sure. And here's Jaws The Revenge, which I hadn't seen until just the other day. So these are the posters. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. What spawned this whole thing is what you'll hear in the episode is that I recently reconnected with the writer of Jaws and interviewed him for another podcast, Into the Mystic, that we produce here at Just Curious Media. And so I did this deep, deep dive, no pun intended, and now we're just going to kind of hit through these. This is the documentary The Shark Is Still Working, which we played at the festival way back in 2009. You were there, Sal. I was there. Yes. This is the I say cast and crew. It's the producing and directing team from The Shark Is Still Working. A great, great documentary about Jaws. And I'm kind of photobombing over here. And there is Bruce. Greg Nicotero and his company created this. Oh. Incredible replicate of Bruce. Smaller version. Just the head.
Look at the eyes. The eyes. There's no soul.
There is Carl Gottlieb, Michael Chapman, and this guy you may recognize from the movie is Hendrix, Jeffrey Kramer, actor and lots of other things. So you were there that night. You, Sal, did the Q&A.
Yeah.
Boom. There's the Q&A in, right in the middle of things there. You handed the mic to Carl Gottlieb. It's in progress. This is a year later. We honor Carl Gottlieb at the Vista Theater, and he put his handprints in the cement. It's there today. Quentin Tarantino owns the theater now.
Does he?
Yes, he does. There's Carl. Oh, by the way, Carl has a little shark right there. I don't know if it was licensed or not, but he didn't leave him there. But if you go to the Vista Theater, you will see Carl Gottlieb's handprints, writes his name, and like a little imprint of a shark. Really cute. There he is being playful. There's Dante Acosta, your friend, who became another host with us, special events. There's the poster for The Shark Is Still Working, Carl Gottlieb. He's playful. He's cool. This guy's a legend. He also co-wrote The Jerk and many other movies. He directed Caveman with Ringo Starr and Dennis Quaid. There are myself, Carl Gottlieb, and Dante Acosta after or before he had his handprints. And there, Sal, myself giving Carl Gottlieb a Lifetime Achievement Award. And then, boom, there's one, Salvador Rodriguez.
Oh, nice. Yep. I was 30 years old, I believe.
30 years old. Okay, so there you go. Now, Sal, we have talked about all this in great detail.
Yes.
But we haven't seen the merch, your collectibles, your toys.
Yes.
Show the audience part of this preview. What can we see? Because we're going to hear about it.
Sure. My pleasure, Jason. Thank you. Recently, a company called NECA came out with some beautiful action figures from the original Jaws motion picture. Just as a forewarning, Roy Scheider's family, whoever owns the licensing for, let's just put it this way: we did not get a Brody action figure, at least not in the 6-inch cloth form, not yet. But we did get a beautiful Hooper action figure. Of course, this is his scuba gear.
Richard Dreyfuss.
Hooper Shark Cage. This is him in scuba gear. There's also one labeled Amity Arrival.
Yep, I've seen that. You sent me a photo.
Yeah, I sent you a photo of that.
But it's incredible that they're making this today for a movie from 1975. Not a lot of merch from the sequels, but the original holds up.
Well, you know what I was just realizing, Jason, is that there's merch now from Amity, but not a lot of merch from Amityville. Not a lot of Amityville merch.
The house? Can we buy the house?
Not a lot of house merch. Here's
Quint. I know that guy. That's Quint.
Quint in action figure form.
Crush it like Quint.
This is called a clothed or retro style action figure by NECA.
But what does it say in the bottom? It says Quint. What's below his name?
Shark Battle. Quint Shark Battle.
He didn't win that battle, folks. Unfortunately. Now, I believe there's a beer can or two down there because he did drink some beers in the movie. Right? Yeah, there's some beer. It looks great. He looks amazing. So, again, you're going to hear us talking about this, but in other hands. He's got some different hands. But you will not see it, so this is your chance to see it. And then here comes, this is not a Jaws figure here. This is a stand-in.
This is a stand-in. This is a stunt double. This is a Page, WWE Mattel Page figure, swimming in the ocean and about to be eaten by.
Oh, my gosh. Is that Bruce?
That's Bruce. There you go. They open up his mouth. His mouth opens. Look at that.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, who can blame him?
Amazing. So tell us about that.
That's made by Funko, by the way. A Funko Super 7 Jaws figure. Came out about 2015, I believe.
Wow. Oh, so this makes sense. We talked about this on the episode. But Quint is drinking Narragansett Lager. Narragansett is a town right next to me. And I go there all the time where the Point Judith Lighthouse is from Cobra Kai and the Coast Guard House. And those are the beers that he has in the movie. And that's why I saw a shirt the other day in Rhode Island that someone had on. It was Jaws. It was this, but it said Crush It Like Quint. And I didn't get it at first. It's like, oh my God, of course, it's the same beer. It's Narragansett beer.
So you're saying when you first saw that slogan, you didn't know at first?
I just thought it was being clever. And I was like, wait, let me look at that beer again.
Nice.
And there it is. Well, I grew up not knowing what Narragansett was. I only learned that this last year.
I never heard of that.
So, okay, great. Thanks for sharing that merch and all the fun stuff. So anything visual is what we're trying to share here with our audience, part of this preview episode. So since you couldn't see me holding this up, this is the Jaws log, which I talk about in great detail. The famous book written by Carl Gottlieb about the experiences of writing the Jaws, writing the movie with Spielberg. Amazing. And I also bought this recently when I had him on the show, was the Little Blue Book for Filmmakers, a primer for directors, writers, actors, and producers, because Gottlieb is a prolific writer for hire, doesn't like to do it for free. But I haven't read this yet, but I bought this knowing he was coming on the show, and I'm a huge fan, and he gave me so much of his time, and that episode was really, really engaging and a lot of fun. So I'm pivoting to just a couple of other things here. I feel like I'm on QVC and we're just cranking before the commercial break. So this is the present that Sal bestowed upon me for my birthday, which was last year. And that is Jaws 2 Laserdisc.
Laserdisc.
I now need to have Sal give me a Laserdisc player. But
I thought you had one. I seriously thought you had one.
No, but that's okay. I love this
Why
thing.
did I think you had one?
I don't know.
Because I don't normally give people laser discs. I
know.
thought you had a laser disc player.
Well, we knew this was laying around back in the day, but, So what's funny about this is, and this is why they didn't really pan out, quality is amazing. And you can put special content on here. But see how it's like in a protective case. You don't even want to take it out. It's silver. You might scratch it and mess the movie up. But there's also 3 discs, and they're they're all double-sided. So 6. So you've got to stop the movie multiple times just to finish the movie.
But you know what, Jason?
That's probably why.
You know what, Jason? This reminds me of the fact that in today's world, you got a digital download.
Yeah.
There's no presentation of the movie itself. With beautiful laser discs, or even with maybe a beautiful VHS commemorative set, something that physically embodies the movie. Otherwise, you just have the digital example of the movie, and it's not the same. It's not the same anymore.
Well,
back in my day,
watching this will be a commitment. Okay, and Dad, okay, I want to get some more. It's a chance for a potty break. It's a chance to grab something from the kitchen, but it's a commitment. In fact, quick sidebar. We didn't talk about this on the episode. This is a special insider story as part of the preview. Years ago at the Vista Theater, we were doing the Los Angeles United Film Festival, and we played On Golden Pond. And we also honored William Randolph. Listen to me. We honored Dabney Coleman and the director Mark Rydell. Handprints as well. I didn't do this every day. Once a year, we would do something like this. But the studio gave us a version of On Golden Pond, which was 35 millimeter, but it was on reels. So I don't know if you were there that night or not. Were you there for No, you were across town at the Los Feliz 3. I was at the Vista. So basically every 20 minutes, the projectionist had to turn a reel. And there'd be like 15 seconds of blank. And Mark Rydell was nervous, like, oh no, but it was a beautiful, pristine print. But there was gaps, much like switching the laser disc. So we'd fill the void with like, movie's pretty good so far, huh? You'd hear a lot of feedback because it was just like black. And then you hear Rydell say something. You're like, sorry, folks, it's coming up. And then a few seconds later, because it's completely black. It was really special, but it made it more festival vibey. It works. So there you have it.
I like being able to turn things around.
You got to go with it. Like us doing this preview episode because the video just did not ever record.
That's right.
So that is it. That is the preview. We cover it from head to toe. Jaws, Jaws 2, Jaws 3, the Jaws 4. This is volume 1. We know we're going to come back and talk about more things. Oh, yeah, hang on. Sorry. One thing I showed here, which I didn't do earlier, is not the musical. I may have said musical, but the comedy drama, the comedy drama on Broadway.
Oh, yes.
Show The Shark is Broken. Visual representation here. This is it. This is really happening. It was in London. It was a smash hit. Now it's in New York on Broadway. So I do want to see this. I'm going to see this, and I'm super excited. So the whole point of this being The Shark Jaws is still working. It's launching new merchandise. It's launching new shows, new productions. I believe it's time for Jaws to have a reimagining. You said a prequel in the episode. I love it all. Just do it classy. because unfortunately the sequel slowly just kind of ran out of steam. So there you have it. Enjoy the episode. It's a smash hit. Sal, anything else to add?
No, just having fun with my Funko Super 7 Jaws. Would you call it action figure? Right, I call it an action figure.
Action figure.
It's fun. It's a lot of fun. If you're a fan, you got to get a representation of Bruce himself in figure form.
For kids.
You have to.
So that's it, folks. Enjoy the episode and enjoy these visual representations of Sal playing with toys, and enjoy Jaws, because it's always working, and it's always on. It's always on somewhere. Thank you, Sal.
Thanks, Jason.